Hello everybody, welcome back to Tavian's World of Reptiles. I hope you are all doing well and taking care of yourselves. So today's video is a little bit of a hard one, but definitely needs to be done. So I have been really thinking about my goals and my dreams and my wants for myself and my reptiles and where I would like to see myself. And I know I shared a while back that I decided that I was going to get into breeding, and I'm getting to the point in my life where I really want to start like making the moves to making that happen, like getting my breeding pair of snakes and incubation stuff, and just really making moves to making that happen. And I've had to really think about what space I have, and what I'm allotted with what I have, and I have come to terms with the fact that I'm going to have to kind of make some sacrifices, or a sacrifice to in order to really get this dream rolling, and not just get it rolling, but in order to have space for it to happen, um, with the breeding anyway. And also, I've got other things that I really want to get into in my life now. Before, when I first got into this hobby, it was just I love snakes and I just wanted them, and then it grew to, well, I want to help people overcome their fear of snakes. So I started the YouTube channel and got into social media and doing all that. And now I'm thinking about I'm getting started with my breeding plans, and I really see myself doing something more. Like, I really want to make my passion for these animals kind of a big part of my life, like a career at some point. I would like to maybe get into some potentially education programs. I would like to. I would really love to either own my own reptile store, or maybe even in the future start my own reptile zoo. I'm nowhere near Brian Barczyk level, but maybe even just I would settle for a while with just like my own reptile zoo. I mean, not zoo, but store. But either way, I want to work more with these animals. And so, to get my breeding plans moving, that's what I'm need to get started on first. To get my finances in, start getting that to the point where it actually starts kicking back in, and kicking some finances back to me, or getting my experience so that I can start getting into more things that will kick financially back to me. But I also have had to think about, like I said, space. And right now, I've got a lot of animals, and I had to really sit down and think that I might have to rehome some. And I sat down, I like thought about all of my animals, and thought about which ones I would rehome, if I did decide to do that. And it came down to the fact that I really, when it came to my snakes, I could not think of a single one that I could rehome. I am absolutely passionate about every single one of my snakes, and like had many panic attacks just thinking about rehousing any of them. And so I'm not in the space of wanting to rehouse any of my snakes. However, in order to make space, I have, and I've pretty much come to the decision. If I make this video, I've made the decision at this point that I am going to rehouse my iguana. Um, and that is because one, she takes up a lot of space right now, and she's not even fully grown. And so, in order for me to have space allotted for this dream to happen, um, she's going to have to go, because she takes up a lot of space and is going to require a massive amount of space the bigger she gets. But not just that, I've also been working a lot more lately, like a lot more. And while I had gotten her really, tamed down a bit, like not so much that I could reach towards her, but so much that she wasn't like bolting just from me walking by. She's kind of reverting back to being a bit more standoffish, because I've just been working so much, and I have not been able to properly put time into any type of taming her. And I knew when I got an iguana that there's like a 50-50 chance that you may never tame an iguana. It's a green iguana, because that's just their nature. Sometimes they tame and sometimes they won't. So I was fully ready to have an animal that was not tame up until adulthood. However, I don't want that to be just because I'm not capable of working with her, and which is what the case is right now. And right now, I'm not capable of working with her. I work very long hours. I'm pretty much my only engagement with her is like keeping her humidity levels right and feeding her, and that's the level of engagement I'm actually I have time for right now, and that's not fair to her. If she can be tamed, she deserves to be with somebody who's going to take the time and have the time to do that, and that's just not me right now on my period of life. With how much I'm working and all the goals that I'm about to start like really kicking into, and so it's sad that I'm not gonna be able to keep her whole life. But this level of life happens, life changes. This is not just a case of me growing uninterested or being overwhelmed because I took on an animal that I can't handle. I totally can if I have time, and my time is not the same as it was when I first got her. It has definitely gone down, and unlike my snakes, who can tolerate me being busy during this time, who can like they don't need as much interaction with me, right? I can come in, I can hang out with them a little bit in the morning, let them out and crawl around, put them away, and be busy all day, and it's not a hindrance to them and their behavior. Whilst with my iguana, without proper time being put in, she's just pretty much staying a wild iguana. Maybe not quite as wild, but definitely not tame, and not taming at all because I can't invest the time. So, with the lack of space for my dream to grow, with my lack of time to tame her, I have decided that I am going to rehome my iguana. And she's not gone yet, and she's probably going to be a while before she goes because it's definitely going to be a hardcore like interviewing process before anybody gets her. They're definitely gonna need to show me that they have knowledge of how to care for the animals. Not just that, but home visits are absolutely gonna be a thing. I need to be able to walk into their home and see what enclosure they have planned for her because I'm not sending her with one, as I have her. The enclosure she's in now is literally built into this room, so she's not coming with an enclosure. They need to be able to provide her with one, and I'm going to be doing house visits to make sure that what they have is appropriate. So if they can't show me that, if they're not going to allow me to do that, then they're not going to get her. So she'll be with me as long as she needs to be until I actually find her a proper home. But that's the case. But also, I'm also thinking about rehoming, and this is still just a thought. Unlike with Astra, this is a thought. I'm thinking of rehoming Sarabi, my alligator lizard. Not because, but that's just a small one. I don't think I am, because she doesn't require a lot of space. She's a 20-gallon tank, with a UV light, and I feed her. She's just not hands-on-y. I don't really engage with her as much aside from feeding and whatnot because she doesn't like to be handled. She won't even take food from the tongs, and because of that lack of like actual engagement, I'm thinking about rehoming her because, like I said, I really want my passion. I want to be putting my energy into what I'm most passionate about, which is my snakes, which is going to be this future snake breeding thing. And I'm just not gonna I don't have as much passion going towards the alligator lizard. But that's still a thought. I'm not 100% sure about it. But it's a likely thing to happen. And I will confirm when I do decide to do that, and keep you guys updated. But I definitely didn't want to make this crazy rash decision without actually like telling you guys that it was coming, and then having people commenting later on like, hey, give us an update on Vastra, give us an update on Vastra. And I'm just like, Vastra's gone and I never told you guys. So but now you know that Vastra is going to be getting rehomed, and when I do officially find her a home, I will definitely let you know that. When I officially decide whether I'm going to rehome Sarabi or not, I will officially let you know that. But my dreams are a thing. They're growing. They've been growing slowly and steadily, and now they've gotten to a point where I'm actually going to start making moves on making them happen. And to do that, sacrifices must be made, and for my time and space, and dreams and hopes. So, yeah, that's all. That's all I have to say about it. Not the greatest of videos, not a great news video, but an important video to share. So, anyway, you all take care. Love yourselves, love your loved ones, love your reptiles, and you guys keep spreading those herbs.